I have the opportunity of introducing someone very special today. And I think when we talk about forums, we cannot talk about, we cannot miss talking about the pioneers where probably forums, started from, and maybe were introduced formally to the ecosystem. I would go ahead and introduce him, and then I'll leave you guys to do the guesswork of how exactly did it go after Jimmy and the gentleman who we're going to introduce have had their chat. He's the founder of the EO Indonesia. Well, if that's not exciting enough, and has been a member of EO since 1998. I was born in 93, so I don't even want to guess how many years that's been. He's a certified forum trainer with experience across literally all possible forum products. While he develops relevant training programs to so many members across the world, he has launched a lot of chapters across the globe as well. He's credited with being the chapter officer, area director, regional director, global committee chair, global board of directors, and the task force chair, and has facilitated several forum, retreats across the world for other organizations as well, including YPO, WPO, and FBN. So I think Jimmy and Jody are gonna have a great conversation on forums, and I think we're gonna witness something really amazing.
Hi. Well, first, I'd love to be in your shoes over there. Looks like there's been a great party going on. So thank you very much for the grand introductions. My name is Jody Dharmawan. I'm an Indonesian member of EO. I've been in EO now for over 24 years. So about forum, why I'm so passionate about this particular product. I'm in my forum now for 23 years. I train around the world. I still am a forum practitioner. So I'm not too sure whether you know about this particular product, why is it so powerful, and why I'm so passionate about it. Forum was first introduced to me over 20 years ago, basically by the YPO. They told me it was like a personal board of directors, a personal board of advisors, and they have this special protocols of keeping everything confidential, to keep it a very safe space, so that we can share our utmost secret. It sounded really sexy to me. It was really appealing to me. So I was bought in for the idea, and I went for it. But I must confess, the attractiveness is basically attracted to my ego versus what really forum is. Wow. Can you imagine me being with the elites, being their personal board of directors, and also having them as my personal board of directors? Wouldn't that be great? But it didn't last too long. Very soon, it kind of like became, I'm not really looking forward to going into this so-called secret meeting. It turns into like, every time I go there, I need to go and prepare myself psychologically, feeling that, am I going to be judged? Am I going to say something that is going to impress them? So I turn myself into someone whom I do not want to be with. But soon, I come to realize that is not really what a forum is. So I've got some slide that I've prepared myself, and I'm not too sure if you can actually play that slide. So what is a forum? And somehow, after a while learning with a lot of forum practitioners, particularly amongst the forum trainers community, I come to realize that it is actually a very powerful tool. What is a forum? Forum is basically a peer-to-peer learning tool, allowing us to learn amongst the peers, not just only from the peers, but also with the peer. So what is a forum? It's a peer-to-peer learning tools. So through this learning tool, we get to learn and discover more about our own self. That is what attracts me. Because nowadays, if we want to learn, there are many avenues for us to learn. And why I'm so excited about this learning tool is because it allows us to discover what I didn't know about myself. If I know what I don't know, at least I can go and look for it. But if I didn't know that I didn't know in the first place, I wouldn't know where to look for it. So this tool allow me to discover more about myself, something that I didn't know about myself. Now that I know more about myself, I know what I do not know, I can go and search for it. It is a place where I can discover my potential, my unknown, in a safe and structured environment. And basically the whole forum is based on the Johari window. Now, normally I will go through a training in about 8 hours. I was told that I only have 15 minutes to go and share this with you guys. So I'm just going to quickly go through what exactly is the Johari window and how does the whole forum work out. So how many of you here have heard of this? Basically, Joseph and Harry, two psychologists, come up with this Johari window. If we put a group of people together, what you can see, there are 4 windows. On the top left corner is the open window. In the open window, those are information that I know you know. Those are the windows, information that I know you don't. I have not told you yet. And so I'm hiding that information from you. And the top right corner is called the blind window. It's something that you know and I don't. You can see, but I can't. Like, for example, now on the screen, you can see my receding hairline. You can see my gray hair, but I can't see it. So those are the information that is in the blind window. Even though if you tell me, I'll deny it. So that's what's in the blind window. I may not be aware of it. But what's more important is the bottom right window. That's the unknown. It's information that you do not know and I do not know. And that's where the place where forum can go into. The word unknown could be uncomfortable because it shows uncertainties. But to people like us who are entrepreneurs, that word actually means potential. And that's the place where we want to go inside. We want to go and explore the unknown because there where our potential lies. Now, through a safe environment, when I say safe, I'm talking about not physical safety, but emotional safety. In a place where I feel safe to be uncomfortable, to disclose what I don't normally talk or share with other people. As I share more from the hidden window, you can see that bar dropped and more information from the hidden is now thrown into the open. And likewise in the blind window, if I now in a safe environment where I can now listen, as I listen, I may be able to explore my blind window, discover something that I didn't even see. Now, once I was blind, now I can see, and the information is now also thrown into the open. As you can see now, the open window expands into the unknown. So forum is very unique to me. I've been in my forum now for over 20 years with a bunch of people that I've known for 20 years. But every single time I go and meet them, yes, it is very uncomfortable. It pushes me out of my comfort zone to explore something about that I didn't want to go into myself. But through that exploration, I get to grow myself. I become a much better person. I become a much better entrepreneur. I become a much better entrepreneurial leader. So forum to me, it's really a gym and not a spa. It's a place where I can really work out so that I can continue to improve myself. It is through this small group dynamic, it is through this safe and structured environment that a bunch of us get to go and learn and explore further about our own self. And we also get the chance to also learn from each other as well. So in a nutshell, that is what basically a forum is. Over the 20 years in a forum, it has helped me to weather through very, very difficult times. I've gone through nasty divorce. I've gone through bankruptcies. I've also gone through some amazing times in listing my company, selling my company, exiting my company, discovering something that I didn't know I have within me. So if you're interested in trying this product, go and tell Jimmy and ask him to help you to arrange a forum training with me. So in a nutshell, that is what I'm going to share with you guys. I was told that we can open the floor for a few Q&A questions.
Jody, thank you. It was a very brief and a very short session. I also realize and acknowledge the fact that it's late in Singapore and you're still doing this for us. But it's been my endeavor to expose the world of forums to our members, and at each point in time, also try and see how we can disrupt the world of forums and come up with new age techniques. For example, the learning calendar, which we made mandatory within DLC. We've set up a 12-month learning calendar. Instead of having a forum learning chair, we are insisting on having a forum trainer, which every organization is providing, but a trainer to be selected by the forum. So the forum has a choice to select from the 40 top trainers in the world, including yourself, and they can engage with you directly. Also, not just to go for a one-day training, but to do a sustained training. So at least a minimum engagement should be 3 months. So you do the forum induction and training, and then you moderate at least the first 3 meetings. Because initially joining a forum is like taking baby steps, and you need the baby to start crawling before it can start walking. And that's where a forum trainer can play a very critical role. Also, we've eliminated the forum learning chair. Instead, we are wanting a learning consultant, a facilitator to be appointed, which is an outsourced person who understands the best utilization of the time of these 5 to 10 people coming together, and create a learning calendar. You in your talk also spoke about things that we do not know. So we as entrepreneurs, there are things and things we just don't know about, and hence we do not understand the need for training. So if the learning coach were to tell us what exists out there, it would perhaps motivate the entire forum to get into that kind of learning and training. And the learning sessions and training sessions can be anything from 1 hour to an entire day, or perhaps on a retreat 2 or 3 days. Another change we've done within the world of DLC forums is mandated for every retreat, a minor and major retreat, to have a retreat trainer, which today most forums operating across the world have started undermining the role of a retreat trainer. And that's where, Jody, somebody like you can add tremendous value. Even if you're in person, of course, it's fantastic. But even if you're not in person and just online, it would still be amazing. So you cannot be having a retreat, making it into a gentleman's club or a drinking session and wining and dining and staying in the finest hotels. But hiring the finest learning trainer is so critical, because you have the forum members captivated for 2 or 3 days with you during a minor or a major retreat. You're super passionate about it. We are just taking our baby steps in the world of forums. However, I would like our members to ask you any questions that would come to their mind about the world of forums. Either you or me, we are ready to answer them.
Certainly. Thank you very much for that. Yes, indeed. It is a process. It's a journey. I'm still learning and enjoying about this journey itself. And forum itself, I think I would call it more on an exploration versus just simply learning.
Hi Jody, this is Nirupam, and thank you for the wonderful and brief session around the Johari window and the knowns unknowns that all of us have. I would like to understand, so what is the kind of a steady state or end state where we can reach during this process, and how much time you think, or how we can fasten up this process, how we can speed up this process of knowing the unknowns?
Okay, well, first it takes a training for about 6 hours to get you to understand the basic principle of forum. So you get to learn about the 4 cornerstones, what creates that safe environment, and what do you need to put in, the energy, that mindset, in order for you to get into a space where you can go into this self-exploration. So once you've gone past that 6 hours of training, you will actually have experience its own. Once you have done that, then you can make a decision whether you want to continue on with this journey. If you want to continue on with this journey, you may want to find yourself a group of people, best with 6 to 10, no more than 10, no less than 6. And then we will go through a journey of a couple of months. We'll meet every month. Every month will take about 3 to 4 hours in a very structured environment. We get to learn about ourselves, we get to learn about our forum mates, and we got to actually explore what are the areas that we want to explore deeper into. So in about 3 to 6 months time, then you will really get a hang of it, and you can run that forum on your own and then continue on with this journey.
Yeah, sure. Also, most people try and imagine forum as instant gratification and it's all going to be done. So when I joined a forum, it took me about 3 years by the time you can get to the hidden window. And by the time the insecurities can be addressed. So forum matures like old wine. A couple of years, Jody's been in a forum for 23 years. I read it's incredible. Right, he still derives value from the same people after 23 years. And we feel we met somebody 5-10 times and the value is over. Sorry, the value is only beginning. That's the difference between understanding the world of forums. It takes a couple of years for a forum to mature. And if you stick to the guided principles of the forum, the value will keep coming with every meeting. But most people, when they lose the value system, do not get the forum rated, do not get the forum health check done, then the value of the forum diminishes. But if you stick to the principles, you can derive value limitless forever. Jody had a question.
So remember that it's a gym, not a spa.
That's a good way of putting it, Jody. I loved it. I'll use it. I'll use it when I explain. It's a gym. It's not a spa. Thank you for doing this for us. And I'm lucky to have you as a part of DLC Global Forum Facilitators. I'm sure our members are going to take advantage, approach you as and when we are creating forums and engage with you. Thank you, Jody. A loud round of applause for Jody for doing this for us. Thank you.